I guess I should start there. Do you have anything to update us with on the Trump VP search?
No, I think it's accurate, and I believe them when they say he is not likely to announce his decision until just before he has to at the convention. So anybody who says they know what he's going to do, from what I hear, they don't know what they're talking about. This is his decision.
Now, last night he was in Florida with Marco Rubio. That's, of course, Rubio's home state and the state from which he's a senator. And he did make a comment about Rubio as potential VP. We have that, you guys? We do, I think. It's SOT 25. Listen.
Them back there. Oh, that's a lot, Marco. That's a lot, Marco. I think they probably think I'm going to be announcing that Marco's going to be vice president. I don't know. Because that's a lot of press. That's a lot of press.
Now, I think him even mentioning that Marco could be vice president, and he mentioned it a second time, saying something like, you're going to vote for this policy of mine, but you may or may not be in the Senate, this time next year to do it. I think this is a reason to believe Marco's not getting it, because I don't think Trump would be so on the nose if he were the pick. But what's your take?
I mean, Trump is a master of entertainment and drawing out this kind of version of a reality show that we're watching play out here. So, I'm not going to pretend to know how he's thinking or what he's doing, but I'll tell you my own opinion on Marco Rubio. I think it would be a huge mistake for President Trump to choose him because he represents the neocon warmongering establishment of Washington, D.C., which stands diametrically opposed to the very policies that President Trump has always stood for, going all the way back to when he ran for president in 2016 through that first term in office, and the things that he's talking about wanting to do now. And it would send the wrong message to a lot of folks who are very concerned about the fact that we are on the brink of war with Russia and China and Iran and North Korea. We're closer to the brink of nuclear Armageddon than we ever have been before. They're concerned that like last time, Trump may surround himself with neocon warmongers who are going to undermine the foreign policy that he is advocating for every step of the way. And if Marco Rubio is his vice president, then that is what we will face, and it will cause a lot of people to question what kind of foreign policy will actually be executed. Will it be the one that Trump wants and stands for, or will it be one that will continue the deep state neocon warmongers who've gotten us into the mess that we are in now?
I mean, it does make you think, what does he gain with Marco Rubio? He doesn't need his help in Florida. Yes, he's more establishment, but it's not like Marco Rubio is the most beloved establishment. I mean, if you just want to I got to bite the bullet and get the establishment, I guess you go with Nikki Haley, who at least ran. But do you get something more with Marco? Okay, he's Hispanic. Trump's already doing very well with Hispanics without Marco. So I see your analysis, perfectly. I still think JD Vance is probably, one of the favorites. But let me throw this your way, because Axios reports as follows, that in the wake of the disastrous debate by Joe Biden, former President Trump, they report, is adjusting his agenda, the GOP platform, his vice presidential plans, even his debate style to win over more than half a dozen persuadable voter groups in 7 states, advisors tell us. Examples: Trump personally edited the GOP platform and is lying low following Biden's debate performance, notwithstanding many attempts to bait him into doing or saying something controversial by Joe Biden. He's been quiet. On the abortion thing, Trump rolled the RNC on abortion. The platform does not call for a nationwide ban now for the first time in 40 years. Trump removed that. And he also took out the part that refers to marriage as a traditional marriage between one man and one woman. So that's one of the ways in which he's trying to win these, allegedly, according to Axios, these swing state voters. And it says he is targeting working class white voters, security-focused moms, Hispanic working class men, and Nevada bartenders angered by high taxes on tips. He's dropped his retribution threats and January 6th celebrations. Advisors have told him both turn off swing voters. So if you wanted to get, Tulsi, working class white voters, security focused moms, Hispanic working class men, and Nevada bartenders, who would you pick?
Well, I think the key to all of these different groups is the fact that those who are undecided are a relatively small number of people that they've correctly identified in this small number of swing states that will ultimately decide the election. I think you also have to look at those who are political independents, who are, broadly politically homeless, those who are libertarians and who want to make sure that their vote will actually count and make a difference in this election. And then you look at a lot of the voters who are drawn to Bobby Kennedy, but may see that, again, there doesn't appear to be a viable path forward for him to actually win the presidency, and considering what they will do with their vote in a general election. I can tell you, because I know a lot of these people and I've been spending a lot of time with them, not only this election year, but for years. And one of the things that they are very, very concerned about, once again, is our foreign policy. You talk about, the security focused moms, but there are a lot of people who are really concerned about not only the safety and security of our communities here at home and rampant crime and how we're seeing in many states the laws are favoring the criminals over the victims of these crimes, but also recognizing, again, the heightening tensions and increasing warmongering happening on multiple fronts around the world. They're concerned about what happened in the last Trump administration and how will things be different this time. So there's some trust that has to be earned there, and there's some outreach that has to be done to show what kind of presidency and what kind of cabinet Trump will surround himself with this time, so that people who are undecided and not sure what they're going to do will have an indication of the kind of platform that will actually be executed should Trump win the presidency again.
All right. Now, translated, that means, in my view, who better to choose than a nonpartisan person who served her country honorably and is against the forever wars, like Tulsi. I mean, I haven't heard you on the short list, but I hear your point. And even if you don't make it as a potential VP candidate, doesn't mean you wouldn't be in the cabinet. Do you ever think to yourself, how can I work so hard and still be in debt? The piles of overdue bills, the threatening phone calls, never having money to do anything. It just won't stop. If you're trapped in debt, Done with Debt can be a way out. They have developed aggressive new strategies to end your debt permanently. Done with Debt stands between you and your harassing bill collectors. They tirelessly negotiate with your creditors to lower or even forgive what you owe. And they do it all without bankruptcy or new loans. One client said, one phone call saved us a fortune. I wish we had done this long ago. Done with Debt has unique strategies to get you out of debt faster and put more money in your pocket every month. But you do need to hurry, because some of the debt solutions are time sensitive and you don't want to miss out. Visit donewithdebt.com. Speak with one of their debt relief strategists for free. What do you have to lose except your debt? Go to donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.